I used to really hate Hegel. And I hated Hegel because I thought he, through sheer force of will, wanted to close the gap between is and ought that Kant insisted that we keep separate. And I thought of that as being actually rather juvenile. And I had to write about Hegel in the process of writing this book, and I realized I had to understand him better. You can't really write about somebody that you totally dislike or don't respect. And so I had to work my way into how he came to this position, which actually looks rather crazy. That is, that the real is the rational, or the is the ought. He thinks history has a meaning, history has a sense, and it's about the progressive unfolding of human freedom. So what looks like a slaughter bank, as he called it, in history, if you watch it all unfold, you'll see that in fact at the end of history, all of this pain and suffering and evil was necessary in order to produce the free human spirit. And there's been a lot of debate about whether he really said the real is the rational, whether that was a misquote and what he meant by that. But you can't deny that he is trying to overcome this gap that Kant insists is at the heart of the world. Okay? Now, when I thought about it and thought about what you're left with when you think about Kant, it's actually a very, very hard system to live, and it can seem unnecessarily tortuous. It can seem like you're demanding what Nietzsche called a metaphysical wound in the heart of reality. And Hegel wanted to heal. Hegel wanted us to be not just free, but actually happy. What he said is that Kant's morality is, it all sounds very nice, but it's completely ineffective. And what you have is this permanent, if you're a Kantian, you have a permanent sense of frustration. And I understand that. I understand why he thought that a certain kind of metaphysical story in which you could close the gap between is and ought over the course of history. I understand why he felt, let's do it. Let's, you know, why accept a metaphysics that leaves us in a kind of self-imposed torture? So I had a lot more sympathy for him as time went on, but in the end, not enough. In the end, I think that he is actually trying to, by force of will, deny certain facts that are quite crucial to being human. And I think that Kant is much truer and in fact much more modern.